the kind of final test question is about mass testing. So we've seen mass testing coming in Liverpool, and I am probably a little bit more sceptical about that sort of testing than I am compared to PCR testing because of my background. But how confident are you that these new types of tests are going to be success or helpful in certain settings?
So all these tests will have their use, and if you use them in the right way, they can be of great value. So the mass testing that's being done in Liverpool now, yeah, it can help find cases, and if you use to try and find cases so that we can take appropriate action, that's great. But you're right, there are also some limitations with the mass tests in terms of the sensitivity. So it's not going to identify everyone who's got the infection. So you might miss a few cases. And I guess the important message here is if someone has a mass test and they've got symptoms that could be COVID, they mustn't assume that they haven't got COVID. They mustn't assume they've got COVID. And they probably need to get the more sensitive PCR tests, Olivia, that you referred to earlier. Yeah. So there's a need for good, clear public messaging so that the public understand the nuances about these tests and how they are used. It goes back to what the WHO was saying early on in the pandemic, test, and how important it is to just try and identify all those cases out there so that you take appropriate action.